Welcome to NTV Marketplace powered by Cooperative Bank. I'm your host, Brian Aseli, and this time around we're coming live from County 001, Mombasa, a county known for its vibrance, its rich heritage, and of course, entrepreneurship. This week, we take a journey with the trade finance solution tools courtesy of Cooperative Bank, getting to understand how businessmen within the region get to make it effective for their business. I am at Nkuruma Road, courtesy of Cooperative Bank, and right now I get a chance to meet Athman. Athman is the founder of Capital Book Center, and we get an opportunity to understand some of the trade finance solutions that he's used in order to scale his business. For now, let's meet Athman. Mr. Athman, such an honor to be in your shop right here in Mombasa. And I'm most excited about getting to know you, but a little bit about the detail of who you are as a person and how you developed an interest in education and the book business.
It's an honor to have you here. It's actually interesting to be on your show. It's quite exciting. It's quite interesting. Well, education is always interesting. I've got a passion for it. I like it. I enjoy it. And if I could make money out of it, why not?
Is this something that you started most recently or something that has been here for a long time? And what sparked the interest of getting into the biashara?
Okay. I've actually been around for almost 30 years. I was elsewhere first, not here. I was actually in Malindi from around 95 onwards, and then sometime later on is when I came here. Why I got into this business? Several reasons. First, employment was not forthcoming as such. Number two, they've had family history in the business. So when it was venturing into business, this was more or less a direction to go to. Vis-a-vis, again, plus the interest in education and the breadth of it. That's what took me there.
I know now that by virtue of being in this business for a long time, you have your list of favorite books that you like. Is there one that stands out for you? Are you more into the more academic or more into the fictional books?
Well, as everybody else, I started off with the fiction part. And yes, the likes of the foreign writers mostly, the Sidney Sheldons and this and that and that. Maturing. Then now to the facts. You like to go on what is exactly in the facts. So political books, religious books and stuff like that, that give you insights to who you are, what you are and what is what carries the day for me. Yes.
Now, in a market that's filled up with big fish and small fish, or big players in the market, and some are considered just startups, you must have identified a gap. And now with that gap in the market, you saw an interest or a way to venture into a business. What are some of the things that actually told you that, you know what, there's a gap here, and how did you fill up the gap with your business?
Maybe I should say how I got from Malindi to Mombasa in the first place.
Yeah.
For the period that I was in Malindi, I started small. I grew for the years that I was there. We got to a point whereby now Malindi was no longer clicking for me. I couldn't go any further. And then by God's grace, this place actually has been a moving business from way back, I think 1978 or something like that. It was up for sale. The guys who were here had closed shop and they were going. So with this place being a bookshop for that time and the opportunity that it was up for sale, I quickly came in. Knowing Mombasa because I'm not new to Mombasa ever since, whether they were big fish or small fish, there's always room for somebody who is willing to get there. So I decided, let me pack up and take the risk on a bigger ground in Mombasa. And I'll not look back. I'm happy with where I am and where I'm going.
Now, I'm one of the lucky ones to get to experience the success of the business by what I see and by some of the things that we've experienced by virtue of shooting the show from the beginning. Right now, I'd like to just talk a little bit about the challenges, because every level of business has its own fair share of challenges. So what are some of the challenges that you can pinpoint from when you started up until now?
Naturally, challenges are many. And that's what life is all about anyway. Challenges and how to beat them and this and that. First and foremost, on almost all businesses, bookshops or any other, there's always the issue of finances, capital, add up capital, stocking and stuff like that. Other challenges is the shifting of books from one system to another, from one edition to another, from this, because normally they come without notice. All of a sudden, pop, this is no longer there, this is there. You're left with a lot of dead stock and things that you cannot sell. There are so many other issues. There are downs, there are up, the general economy, things are good, things are not good. You anticipate that you'll do this, and it comes to otherwise. It is difficult for me to say 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 challenges, but I can tell you, capital is a problem, finances are an issue, the way the market shifts is another issue. You cannot actually be 100% sure on how it goes, and kind of that's it.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about the culture and the heritage that surrounds your business, the coastal culture and the influences that come with it. People in the coast move differently compared to other markets, but it's also the hub where all other forms of imports come through. Does it make biashara any fair for you, any fair trade for you who's already been in the biashara for a good number of years?
I think I'll say I'm thankful that we have the book stocks, because that now doesn't come with the import you're talking about. But when you're talking about these other stuff like stationery stuffs, the competition or the array and expanse of items is mind-boggling. There are those briefcase importers, there are the main importers. You'd have an item that you think is a good price, you got it at a good price, and it's of a good, maybe it's a good design and stuff like that. 1 week down the line, somebody has got something else. Whatever you have now is second class. Something new has come in. So yes, as far as those importations come in, it is very, very vibrant. You have to be very careful with what you stock, how much you stock, and the price, because it keeps on changing almost every other week. Well, as far as culture is concerned, we are normally, coastal people are very agreeing people, they are very accommodative people. That's what we also try to do. We try to accommodate our customers as much as we can. We try to engage our customers as much as we can. Probably something that you could do in 5 minutes, you'd take about 7, 8 minutes just to be in touch, in tandem with the customer, even better. We are normally, as much as possible, very trustworthy, very straightforward and all that. So all that makes biashara a bit more easier for us here.
I love that you've mentioned trust as one of your tools of trade, but now that also means that you formed a very good relationship with Cooperative Bank. How did you get to start that financial partnership with Cooperative Bank?
Well, that we started off with the trust part. I'm sure you know trust does not happen. Trust is earned. So we had a relationship with the Cooperative Bank when I started banking with them for a period of time, and I believe they looked at what we were doing and they were quite interested in us, and we had conversations here and there. And I think by God's grace it was the right time, because as those conversations were coming in, the need was also arising. We had ventured into public school supplies and stuff like that, and now these things were stock intensive, because we were clicking into places whereby they're kind of beyond us at that moment. So when we had that conversation and they looked at the numbers and they said, yeah, come aboard.
That's clear. I'd like you to show me around, tell me what you've stocked in your store.
From where you're standing, I think you can see there's an array of colors. It's almost a rainbow, but these are colors, crayons, we have pencils. Can you believe that's a pencil?
Wow, it's very classy. I like
that's a pencil, right? These are crayons, acrylic colors. This is actually courtesy for CBC, because some of these things you would not have been stocking them earlier, but we were made to do that. You have calculators there. You see things like these glues, right? The calculators, now that they're using calculators in school. We have actually for colleges as well.
More on the other
side. Again, these are your standard things. This is basically office stuff, key holders, rubber stamps. These are ink for printers, highlighters and stuff like that. These are for your staff, for hanging cards and stuff like that. Yep. On this other side, you have more stationaries, your tapes, exercise books and stuff like that. Books is what actually has defined us to be here. And it's a kind of mainstay per se, but books are almost once a year thing. You see, from back to school January, once the rush for books goes, then now textbooks kind of take a backstage.
Yeah.
From there now we go to other things. So we go to supplies, stationery, we supply offices, stationaries, we supply them with whatever actually they want. We've done computers, we've done laptops, we've done printers, photocopiers, anything to do with an office, you name it, we're good.
So you say it's mostly schools and other forms of institution and offices as well?
Yes. It's actually kind of a challenge because as far as electronics are concerned, it's not exactly our main line. So to source these things is kind of capital intensive. So to alleviate that or to soften that, my friends, my neighbors actually came in very handy. They have this thing called stock financing, whereby once I have a quote from a supplier, I give that to them, and within the day, or at the latest, depending on the time that we've sent the quote, the next day they have paid for the items, I collect them, I supply them. And then I have a leeway of maybe about a month, maybe 45 days, depending on how we've negotiated over that particular item, for me to pay back. So by that time I would have supplied, probably have been gotten paid, and I offset whatever they have done. So frankly, it works very well, very, very well.
Let's talk about transitions. Just the same way you transitioned from Malindi to Mombasa town, there was also a need for, that form of support.
Yes.
And now that we have the transition from CBC, from 844 into CBC,
yes,
it also means that maybe there was a level of stocking that you needed that kind of financial assistance. How has the transition, academic transition been for you?
Well, I would like to start from where we started, Malindi to Mombasa. Whatever I had in Malindi was maybe a quarter of what is here. I thank God for the growth. So I came in at that level. And moving around, trying to get things moving around, I started supplying offices, my neighboring offices. Cooperative Bank was one of them. I actually did supplies to them for about a year, 1.5 years, and I got a rapport with the officers there quite well. And one gentleman just told me, boss, we can't be talking like this and you don't have an account with us. So why don't you open an account? So we did. We opened an account.
Were you hesitant to open an account, or trust was already in play?
Actually, it was more of, how do you call it? The way we were accommodating one another, it was buddyship. The way they accommodated and welcomed me here, even before I was their customer, was just magnanimous. So when they said, hey, open an account, it was so friendly, it was so nice, it was so accommodative. I just had no other ways. I started an account with them. Actually, I can't even remember when. It was so many years ago. Probably was still a small boy. But anyway, with that relationship going on, bit by bit, and then the cooperative angle came in, not the corporate angle came in. We started talking with these guys, and now they were introducing me into packages that could do this, could do that. And frankly speaking, at that time, I was not so sure whether I'd want or not. But listening to them and the way they were articulating whatever products they have, it stuck in the head. And the way they were accommodative and friendly, it was actually very, very nice. And then bam, one day I landed an LPO that was way above my capabilities at that time.
You've actually touched on some of the things that they offered you that made you create an interest in some of their trades finance solutions. There are specifics that you'd like to mention. You talked about the LPO financing. Kindly go deeper.
They have ones that I can, there's the normal loan, then LPO financing, invoice discounting, they have stock financing. And then there's one little bit of it that you don't even go to the office. There's on a mobile app. Once you're registered, you can get up to 1 million shillings immediately.
Now, Kenyans fear loans, especially when it comes to expansion. They fear loans because of the kind of risks that are involved. Why is it that you're not afraid of actually taking a loan to make sure that you get to expand your business?
A loan would be very scary if you're taking it just for the sake. But if you have a plan, you have a vision, and you have a need for it, you take it for that specific thing, and you have the numbers right. Because if you don't take the loan, you're stagnated. Who will give you probably like 1.52 million shillings just like that? So I wouldn't say I'm scared. I wouldn't say I'm very excited to take a loan. I take a facility as and when needed, and I know how I'm going to work with it. So it's not just off the hip like that. If you do that, then you're going to burn your fingers.
And let's talk about seasons. There is peak seasons and there is low moments where biashara is not working all good.
Right.
How do you make sure that you get to stock in good time to make sure that anytime there is demand, then you get to supply? And anytime maybe it's a low season, you can still make money even in those moments.
I appreciate Cooperative Bank coming in with the stock finance. For those that I can handle, fine. For those that I think I would need that, I get whatever invoices that I need or quotes, I take to them, and I'm stocked. So when the rush or the high season comes in, we are set. We are quite good, and probably to the last piece of the rubber that you want, you would get immediately. Yeah.
What's the future of this business, say 5 years from now, and how do you foresee your relationship with Cooperative Bank?
Well, 5 years to come, I would like to have some external outlets, like maybe one in Kilifi, one in Malindi, and Ukunda. Those are the 3 places that I've kind of earmarked. And I am sure that that Cooperative Bank will really come in when it comes to start setting up these places, because setting up a place is the most difficult thing. To set up the place, to stock it up, and this and that, to keep it running for at least the first 3, 4, 5, 6 months before it starts picking up on its own. So with that, I have faith Cooperative will take me there. Cooperative Bank will take me there. With all their packages, with all their products, and the trust that we have between one another, I'm sure that we'll get there.
Your eye for business is immense. Why I say that is because you saw Mombasa from a distance. What's it in Ukunda and Kilifi that makes you feel like, you know what, there's a gap, and in this market, our biashara can definitely thrive?
Kilifi is a place to watch because it is coming up as an industrial park heavily, especially around the Vipingo area. The late Chris Kiribi had started something like that, but as you were going on, we are having economic zones growing up, we are having yards coming up, we are having an industrial park coming up. I think you had the president the other day saying something like that. All these things, the place is developing at mind-boggling speed. So looking at this and looking at the kind of demand for stationaries, books, and everything else that we do, I think that's place we just have to be there. As you finish, what's that mantra that you walk with every single day that makes you wake up, come here, and still work on your business? The passion for it. The passion for the chase, the passion for the targets, the passion for getting to do that. That is what drives me. It's so interesting, it's so exciting. I can't see myself doing anything else. Kabis. Athman, thank you so much for creating time to talk to us. Thank you, Brad.
And of course, there's so much that I've learned from Athman, and you can learn from Athman as well. He's talked about LPO financing, and that is one of the tools that he's used to actually expand his biashara. And right now, we're going to talk to an expert who will talk to us about the detail of how you can enable your biashara through trade finance. Welcome to our show today. How do you help or enable biasharas from stockouts? Because sometimes there is a big need and maybe there's a problem with cash flow. How do you make sure that you get to help them so that they don't get to meet that kind of challenge?
So we've partnered with various, we're calling them the anchors, the main distributors or the manufacturers, to say that we will finance that bridge and tell them that go to company X, we have an agreement with them, ask them to supply you, we will pay them on your behalf. Then the burden is on you, our customer, you and us. For you to pay us, we'll give you 30 days, 2 weeks, 7 days, depending on your cash flow cycles. And that will, of course, ensure you still have stock there. And we can also go to invoice discounting. The site that you are supplying to, they've already given you the invoices. You bring them to the bank and we're able to to give you an advance payment against that. So you see, this bridges the gap. So there's the gap between the supplier, their client.
Yeah.
The advantage of this arrangement, you only utilize it when the need is there. It's not every day that you'll need stock and you don't have it. And it's not every day that your clients will delay to pay you.
Cooperative Bank is believed to have a great customer relation. What does that mean for a biashara that is actually using these trading finance solutions for the first time?
So we want to step into the shoe of the customer. We want to understand the day-to-day operation of their businesses and what capacity building do they need? Do they need any skilling? So we are saying, once we understand the model of the business that you're operating with, we come in and advise you on the various financing solutions that we have that best suits that need. If it's a need for working capital, if it's a need for logistics, movement in asset finance, we come in. If it's a need on your acquisition of properties, we come in. It might be the property where you want to operate from the premise. You might even have operated in a premise for so long. We come and tell you, you've been paying rent for this much, so let us pay the landlord and the building continues to be yours. Whatever you've been paying in the long run, you own it, So these are the kind of journeys we are working with the customers. And through, let's say, our non-financial solutions, whereby we're having webinars online every Thursdays, training them on various areas that they need to be improve on. Is it online marketing? Is it the how to handle their taxes? So we are building that capacity.
What's your call to action? Should I get to a bank, register with you? What would be a call to action?
So my call to action is we accessible, of course, online. You can open your account in less than 5 minutes on our Coop Bank app. So our Coop Bank app is available on Play Store, so it can be downloaded, and you start your journey with us, and it's amazing. I'm telling you, if you need an asset finance, if you need a mortgage, if you need a working capital, you don't have to have banked with us for the last 3 months, Bring your sales statements, your financials, we look at them, and we're able to borrow from day one if we are not using our own financials. So I'm saying, walk into that branch, get to know your branch manager, and ask for our solutions, and you'll be amazed by the reception you'll get at our branches.
David Akumu, thank you so
Cheers,
much
bro.
for everything that you've shared with us today. And of course, that only means one thing, that you have an opportunity to grow with Coop Bank. They have tailor-made solutions just for your biashara. Until next time, I'd like you to keep on using the hashtag NTV Marketplace.
To grow your business today, visit any Cooperative Bank branch and ask to speak to a business banker.